All right, let's talk about Italy in the spring. What do you picture? For most of us, it's this perfect, romantic dream, right? The ultimate escape. But what happens when that dream doesn't quite line up with what you find on the ground? Today, we're going to explore how you can find that truly authentic Italian spring, far away from the crowds.
So this is the classic dilemma. We've all got this postcard image in our heads, beautiful wisteria hanging off old balconies, the smell of lemon blossoms in the air, just sitting back with a spritz in the sun. But the reality? Well, if you go to the big cities like Rome or Venice, it can be intense. We're talking elbow-to-elbow crowds, waiting in line for hours for pretty much everything, and prices that shoot through the roof. It can honestly get a little overwhelming.
So what's the answer? How do you actually find that authentic experience you're looking for? Well, the solution is actually pretty simple. You shift your focus. You look away from the huge cities and toward the true heart and soul of the country. It's amazing small towns. Now, the Italian word for these magical places is borghi. These are the historic, often walled-in villages that you see dotting the countryside. And they're so important to Italy's culture that there's a whole organization called I Borghi Più Belli d'Italia, which means the most beautiful villages in Italy, and it's dedicated to preserving their incredible charm and history. And listen, visiting these borghi in the spring is the ultimate travel secret. First, the landscape is just unbelievably green. Come summer, a lot of those famous rolling hills turn kind of a dusty brown, but in spring, they are lush and just covered in wildflowers. The weather is also perfect for walking around. We're talking 60s, maybe 70s Fahrenheit. You can actually explore a hilltop town without melting in the summer heat. And on top of all that, spring is when the real, authentic local festivals, called sagre, just come to life. These aren't tourist traps, they're genuine parties for the whole community. So, just to give you a little taste of what's out there, we're going to take a quick tour of 4 absolutely incredible towns. These places really capture the magic of spring in Italy. Let's jump in. First up, we're headed to Spello, in the region of Umbria. You know those pictures you see of a medieval alleyway just overflowing with flowers? There's a very good chance it was taken right here. Think of it as the quieter, maybe even more charming alternative to its super famous neighbor, Assisi. As one traveler put it, Spello is a living postcard, and that is no exaggeration. The entire town actually has a competition for the most beautiful flowery windows, balconies, and alleys, so literally every single corner you turn is just an explosion of color. Now, if you can time it right, the must-do is to be there for the Infiorate di Spello in late May or early June. It's this one weekend where the locals stay up all night creating these stunning, intricate murals on the streets made entirely out of flower petals. It is an absolutely unforgettable sight. Okay, let's head to our next gem. While everyone else is flocking to Capri, the tiny island of Procida has stayed a true hidden treasure. It was recently named an Italian capital of culture, but it still kept its raw, authentic fishing village vibe. Someone in a travel forum captured it perfectly. It's like something out of a dream. The island is so small and compact that you can explore the whole thing on foot. It makes for such a relaxing, immersive trip. And the absolute must-do here, you have to get that iconic photo of Marina di Coricella. It's that incredible view of all the pastel pink, yellow, and blue houses that look like they're just tumbling down the cliffside to the sea. It's a photographer's dream. All right, from the sea, let's head to the wilder side of Tuscany. This is Picciano. In this town, wow. It doesn't look like it was built on a rock. It looks like it was carved out of it. It just rises so dramatically from this volcanic ridge, creating a silhouette you'll never forget. Picciano is special for 2 big reasons: that insane visual and its atmosphere of just total quiet and seclusion. Like this review says, if you're looking for a peaceful escape, this is the spot. It feels like a world away from the more famous parts of Tuscany. And right outside the town, you can do something really unique. You can hike the V Cave, which translates to the sunken roads. These are these incredible deep pathways that were cut right into the rock by the ancient Etruscans more than 2,000 years ago. In the spring, they're cool, they're covered in moss, and they're lined with wildflowers. It's amazing. For our final stop, we're heading way south to the island of Sicily, to the town of Noto. This place is the crown jewel of Sicilian Baroque architecture. See, after a big earthquake way back in 1693, the whole town was rebuilt using this local limestone that just gives it this incredible honey gold glow in the sun. And hey, sound familiar? Just like Spello, Noto has its very own flower festival in May. The Infiorata di Noto has been called a captivating display, and that's an understatement. They take one of the most famous streets, which is lined with these dramatic balconies, and they pave the entire thing with intricate flower mosaics.
But okay, beyond the architecture, you have to try the food. Spring is peak almond season in Sicily, which means you have to go to the world-famous Caffè Sicilia and have a breakfast of almond granita with a brioche. Trust me, it's simple, it's perfect, and it's a taste of Sicily you will never, ever forget. Okay, so hopefully you're feeling inspired. But before you go and book your trip, let's just quickly run through a few super essential, practical tips for actually navigating these beautiful little towns. All right, number one, and trust me on this, rent the smallest car you can possibly find. A Fiat 500 isn't just a cliche in Italy, it's a survival tool for those narrow medieval streets. Second, you have to respect the riposo. Most shops will close for a few hours in the afternoon, usually from about 1 to 4 p.m. for a midday break, so just plan your day around it. And finally, pack in layers. Spring weather can change on a dime. It can be sunny and warm one minute, and then cool and breezy the next.
You know, in the end, finding the true dolce vita, it isn't really about the Colosseum or the canals of Venice. It's found in these quieter moments. The smell of jasmine in a little alley in Spello, the taste of fresh olive oil in Tuscany, the sound of church bells ringing across a green valley. So the only question left is, which of these hidden gems are you going to discover first?